For problem C, I'm going to shade in all of the first model. So it's going to be completely shaded in. Everything on the first model is shaded in. On the second model, I'm not going to shade everything in. On the second model, I'm going to shade in 3 whole rows of squares. 1, 2, and 3. 3 whole rows of squares. And I think I'll stop there. So 1 whole model, 3 whole rows. I'm going to go ahead and fix up my place value chart. I have the tenths place, so I'm going to write dimes in 0.1. Got the hundredths place, so I'm going to write pennies in 0.01. Who can tell me what digit do you think belongs in the ones place? What digit is going to go into the ones place? Okay? What's going to go in the ones place?
Nothing. Well, 0.
No, not a 0. Who can help us out? What's going to go into the ones place? Jadine?
1.
A
Because it's
1.
1.
If I look at my models, Nakai, I shaded in 1 whole.
Oh, I thought you meant B.
Nope. We already finished B. Okay, who can help me with the tenths place? What digit do you think is going to go into the tenths place? Kylie, what do you think?
3.
3. I shaded in 3 whole lines of squares. I have a 3 in the tenths place. Okay, the hundredths place. This one's a little bit tricky, or can be. What digit do you think is going to go into the hundredths place? Brianna, what do you think? What digit goes in the hundredths place? What digit would I put, Brianna? I don't think Brianna can answer us. Who can tell me? What digit is going to go in the hundredths place? What digit do you think belongs there? Haley, what do you think?
0.
0. Because besides these 3 lines, I didn't shade in any extra little squares. Yes, Jadine.
Nothing, mister. I was just raising my hand for that question, but someone already said it.
Oh, okay. Again, my decimal is just a copy of the place value chart. 1.30. Now I need my fraction. My denominator always matches my smallest decimal. Who can tell me what's the smallest decimal place value that I have? Noah? What is the smallest decimal place value I have, Noah?
Where?
What is the smallest decimal place value I have, Noah? Your microphone is on when you answer, Noah. The digit's a 0, but it's not the place value. Who can help Noah out? What's the smallest decimal place value that I have? Jadine? What do you think?
The tenths?
So the tenths are the smallest decimal place value I have?
Oh no, the ones.
The ones aren't a decimal place value. The ones is a whole model. That's much bigger. The tenths are whole lines. Those are smaller, but they're not the smallest.
So the only thing that there is hundredths.
Hundredths. Because look at how small the hundredths are. My hundredths are the little tiny squares. Those are the smallest pieces I have, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because the tenths are a whole line of squares, a whole row. If I count a whole row, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It takes 10 hundredths just to make 1/10. So the hundredths are my smallest place value, which means my denominator has to be 100. My numerator, my top number, is whatever number I see after the decimal. Ezekiel, what number do I see after the decimal? I've got a 1, a decimal, and then what's this number here, Ezekiel?
A 30.
30. So my numerator is a 30. No, Messiah, unfortunately not. I can't. Make sure we're writing this down, Noah. Make sure we're focusing. Sorry, Messiah, I can't get any closer to the paper. If I do, it gets like too close and then you can't see. So it'll be something like that. See? But it kind of has to stay up here a little bit.
Mister.
Yes, ma'am.
So you know how what is it called? You know how there's like one hole? You forgot to put the 1.
You're right. This fraction isn't finished yet because there's one hole. Whatever is in front of the decimal goes in front of the fraction. So if there's a 1 in front of the decimal, there's a 1 in front of the fraction.
Mister, we have art today too?
Yep.
Oh, didn't know.
Let's finish this sentence. Blank whole and blank hundredths out of blank. Who can tell me how many whole models did I shade in? Bailey? How many whole models did I shade in, Bailey? Hold on, Kayla. Let's give Bailey a chance to come back, and then I'll let you take an answer. Take a chance at it, okay? So tell me, Bailey, how many whole models did I shade in?
So, three, right?
How many whole models did I shade in, Bailey?
Well, the question was, right? What was the question again?
How many
My
whole models did we shade in?
four.
No, not 4. Who can
What?
help Bailey out? How many whole models did I shade in? Christopher?
One.
1. Take a look at that model, Bailey. I only have 2. 1 I shaded in all the way. The other one still has plenty of empty space. So there was 1 whole and blank hundredths. Again, look at the number after the decimal. What number do I have after the decimal? Chase? What number do I have after the decimal, Chase? Yeah, you're the only Chase. 30. 1 whole and 30 hundredths out of blank. What belongs in that last blank? How should I finish this sentence? Christopher?
100.
100. All right. Expanded notation. I can't skip the ones place this time because there's not a 0 here. There's a 1. And it's in the ones place. So to show that, I put 1 times 1. Plus, I have a 3 now. 3. This one is not in the ones place. The 3 is in the tenths place. To show it's in the tenths place, I need to write 3 times 0.1. Normally I would add the hundredth, but this time it's a 0. I can skip it. I don't have to add anything. The word form, I have 1 whole, so I write 1. Who remembers what was the word that I use to show that there's a decimal point? We used it on some of the problems we did together yesterday. We used it on some of the homework yesterday. What word do I use to show that there's a decimal point? Jadine?
And.
And. 1 and 30 hundredths. Oh, sorry. Whoop. Almost forgot the D again.